Hey everybody, Mark again here, Weatherman Plus. Happy Monday to all of you. Now we have severe weather coming in the south, as well as the snow and some freezing rain coming to the upper Midwest. And after the severe weather event for Tuesday, it will grow and go towards the East Coast. A lot of storms for everybody. While we're still getting that second storm in the Northwest, bringing either a lot of rainfall or a lot of snowfall. So I'm going to try and give you the best timing on when impacts will be the best way that I know how. Now you can see with your dew points that we do have our severe weather event for Tuesday, but we have multiple events coming up. We have another one coming in the beginning of December and another one coming right behind that. And this is when we get in the coldest air of the season so far. So we do need to stay updated on multiple events. Now I can show you now the dew points that our strongest point is going to be around 2 and 3 o'clock when we have all our strong dew points raising way up to our warm front. Then it's going to start clashing and going to the east all evening long, even getting into portions of western Tennessee as well. Then as you go late night and overnight, it will go a little bit lower, but it will still be for Mississippi and Alabama, and it will drag into southern Alabama as you go into the early morning hours for Wednesday. Now, National Weather Service has updated and elevated the risk. There is going to be hail involved, but the update and the elevation is going to be for strong chances of wind as well as tornadoes. We now have a moderate level, and we still have that significant severe in all of this black, and you can see it in the winds as well. We have a significant severe of very high winds as well as everyone else in the threat. Now, National Weather Service has updated to where it could be either a significant or a long track tornado that could be coming with this severe weather. Could be multiple, guys. One northern, one southern is what I see. And it could be a potential tornado outbreak where we could get a bunch of quick spin-ups. This is for Tuesday afternoon into the evening and across parts of the lower to mid Mississippi Valley. Now, there's many ways to track a tornado, and not everybody has their own little dog to guard them from these tornadoes. And there's still many ways we could track this storm, like our Cape, for example. We can see how much strength is in this storm all evening long. And you see it does go towards western Tennessee and northern Mississippi. But as you go later in the evening into the overnight, it squeezes more towards the middle to the southern half of Mississippi as well as Alabama. It gets pretty close towards Birmingham, but you see how it kind of dies off before it goes towards Birmingham. But it will be overnight. It will be northern, and then it will fall further to the south. Now, another good way to find where these strongest storms will be, because everybody will be under thunderstorms, is our Helicity values. Now, when wind gets sucked up and you get a big updraft, and then you get the rotation in a big mesocyclone, it leaves a mark in the atmosphere. And this is your Helicity values, where you have long-tracked systems, even storm cells that could be tornadic, that strengthens up over here by northern Louisiana, goes across northern Mississippi, all the way towards northern Alabama, and it does show a potential one for Birmingham as well. Then later in the evening, we get some more tracks come southern Mississippi that goes across southern Alabama. Some very strong cells that is passing through. Now, I did this with a 12Z update. The best time to use any of your model data is 12Z and 0Z. That's when they run the weather balloons, and this is a good outlook of what is coming later on tonight into the early morning hours. We even have a couple of tracks that could make it towards Tennessee. Now, the best way to explain Helicity, this is where you have two different wind directions change with height, and it gets a mesocyclone in the upper atmosphere, and it starts rotating. And once it gets to that rotation, that's where you can get your potential tornadoes. Now, you can also see when you look at your 10-meter winds, your ground level winds, that you have winds coming from the south all the way to the straight north all evening long for Tuesday. And as you go into Tuesday evening, it stays there until late Tuesday. But you can also see higher up in the atmosphere, 850 millibar winds, that your winds are coming from the southwest to the northeast. So you already have your wind direction change with height. And you can see this marker right here, that flag, that is 50, and every line is 10. A small line is 5. Now you can see that right around 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock, you're starting getting some very strong winds coming to eastern Arkansas, western Tennessee, also for northern Mississippi. And then as it goes all evening long, it will go a little bit further into Tennessee with some very upper level winds, very strong, but you're still getting them in northern Mississippi all evening long. And this does drop further to the south as you go overnight into the early morning hours. Very strong upper level winds going from southwest to northeast, while you have lower level winds coming from the south to the north, giving you your rotation. So you see as storms do start to build up, but once you start getting that lift, you're getting that cape, you're getting that wind direction change with height, and right around 2 and 3 o'clock in the afternoon, then you start getting some very strong cells moving into the area. But once you get around 4 and 5 o'clock, then you get chances for some long-lived cells, long-track tornadoes possible, right here for southern Mississippi, southern Alabama. And as you go a little bit further, you can see it does head to the north as well. You get a long track across the south. Then you get some strong cells come across northern Louisiana, northern Mississippi all evening long. You also get another long-lived cell, long track cell from northern Louisiana into western Mississippi right around 10 o'clock while everybody else is still getting these storms. And that goes all evening long as well. A big long track cell passing through, and that track cell has been shown up on every run as a potential strong cell passing through Mississippi. So you definitely have to be aware while you're going to bed of a nocturnal tornado that could be passing through. And then later after that, it goes further to the south. But you see how you also get a chance for a long-lived cell passing through Alabama, right by Birmingham. And this is getting all the way until 2 and 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning. A long-lived cell, a long track cell passing through northern Alabama. So please be aware of that. And you can see everything from this shot. So your 10 millibar winds is the red ones. The lower level winds a little bit higher up, the 850 is the blue ones. And you can see how you already have a wind direction change with height. But once you get your cape moving in, once you get your lift, then it starts to get really dangerous, especially around 2 and 3 o'clock. You get some very strong winds moving in while you still have all that lift, and it does go all evening long. Wind direction change with height, strong helicity values in these storms, and you could have a good chance for a long track tornado. But you do notice once you go later in the evening into overnight, you could have a long track cell moving towards Birmingham, but your cape, your lift has disappeared by then. So you don't have a lot of instability to help that form up. You do have the wind direction change with height. I think you will get some strong storms, but you're not getting strong values of cape, of lift to come into that area just like you're getting all day long. But these do make supercells. So you can see you have a big pocket of chances of supercells for northern Louisiana all the way to 6 p.m., going into northern Mississippi by 6 p.m., then it stays that direction all evening long. Then it lowers down once you get to 10 and 11 o'clock, where northern Mississippi really won't be in play. It'll be more like middle to southern Mississippi. And as you go later in the evening into the early morning hours, it moves further to the south for southern Alabama. Chances for supercells. And these tornadoes will come out of these supercells pretty easily. And let's not forget, we do have snow coming through. Also some freezing rain as you go later night, early in the morning. This is going to drop very cold temperatures, so it will be frozen on the ground. So be careful leaving out Wednesday if you're going to work or going outside anywhere, because it will leave a lot of freezing rain on the ground, and all this snow will freeze up nicely. You have some very cold temperatures coming down, and the wind chills are just going to be unbearable. While everyone else, other than the severe weather tornado threat, will have a lot of storms brewing up. And these storms will go all the way to the Ohio Valley, all the way to Michigan, all the way to the northeast. Now that's as far as we can see, but you can see all the thunderstorms that's going to be going. It's the same as it's been the last couple of days. I just tried narrowing down some timing and some impacts for y'all as best as possible. We can only see as far as 6 a.m. on Wednesday with high resolution rapid refresh. It's the best one to use because you can see the difference here with the NAM 3K. Don't look like much, but when you put it on high resolution rapid refresh, which is the best high resolution model, you can see how serious these storms are going to brew up as you go through Wednesday all the way to the east and out through Thursday through the northeast. Now this is bringing some good precipitation across the upper Midwest, not super heavy at all, but very heavy trails across the south and the deep south of possible flooding. Now some of this rainfall will turn into snowfall, of course, because you have very cold temperatures coming down and your wind chills are going to be pretty unbearable, sorry to say. But you see how it starts getting heavier from 1 to 3 inches and starts going towards 3 to 5 inches as you go further to the north for Wisconsin, upstate Michigan, and Minnesota. And you can see that shot best here. So you see all your snowfall that's coming out of this precipitation, plus your heavy rainfall. And you are getting some freezing rain and some ice as well as this transitions and pushes further to the south with these cold temperatures. And we're talking pretty cold temperatures. So you see as you go early in the morning, it's a lot of hit and miss between if you're on 30, 32, or 34 degrees for your temperatures on whether this is going to at least stick. You will see snowfall falling. It's very much freezing at the lower level temperatures. But after you go by the morning and you go by the evening, then you see it really sparks up some very cold temperatures. Then everything else, it just turns to snow. But remember, if the ground's frozen and it's not frozen up above, it will come down as rainfall and stick. And you will get that freezing rain, you will get that ice, and it will stay there and be frozen all night long. This is all the way to 4 o'clock on Tuesday. Cold air comes all the way down. These are your highs for Tuesday when the snowfall comes down. Then as you go through the night, very cold temperatures move in. You get single digits, negative temperatures. You even get the teen temperatures moving across while all this cold air is moving behind these thunderstorms coming in south. Then for the next day, it will warm right back up a little bit. But look at all these cold temperatures that's going to be coming down right after this snowfall, possible freezing rain and sleet as well. So be careful if you move some snow. There could be some freezing rain stuck on the ground underneath that and be very dangerous. So just watch the roads. And the wind chills are just going to be nasty. With your wind chills, it gets all the way down to negative 40, even down to negative 50 degree wind chills. This is for the higher elevations of Wyoming. Negative 50. Very cold wind chills, while everybody else feels like they're in the single digits, teen temperatures, and all them negative temperatures moves way in. Everything in this greenish blue, negative temperatures. And you can see when you look a little bit further that it keeps going to the southeast for Wednesday, comes right back for Thursday. Very cold temperatures, very cold wind chills coming to the south after y'all have these big storms, while everybody else is still getting the single digits to the teen temperatures coming with this big wind chill. But it will be cold for Thursday as well, all the way across to the coast. Now, HRRR sees some very high possible damaging winds coming with this system as it comes, and it's not just for the severe weather event in the deep south. You can see over here for Colorado and higher elevations of New Mexico. The 12Z run on HRRR shows that you have a chance for 80, 90, almost 100 miles per hour wind gusts coming with this system as it comes in. So please be careful. It's not just for the deep south. So for Shreveport, Louisiana, this is best information I can get for you. This is from National Weather Service, and links are in the description. It will update every time you click on it. So you do have a tornado threat. You do have a tornado potential, some potentially strong in the moderate risk area. And this is your moderate risk area in this red. Up to 70 miles per hour winds is possible, and quarter size to inch size hail coming with it. Also for Mississippi, here's your timing here. From 1 p.m. Tuesday till 9 p.m., this is where your threat is. Then it raises up from 3 p.m. Tuesday all the way to 4 a.m. on Wednesday. This is your biggest threat for tornadoes. Now you have a possibility of damaging winds up to 80 miles per hour. Golf ball size hail and strong tornadoes. A good chance for long track possible. I did show you those areas for long track tornadoes. Now that is for the moderate section. For the enhanced section, you have winds up to 70 miles per hour, large hail up to golf ball size hail, and tornadoes are likely with some possibly being strong. Plus you have the slight risk, the yellow. Damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour, hail to the size of quarters, and tornadoes are possible. Plus you have your marginal in the green. Damaging wind gusts possible, hail to the size of quarters, and tornadoes cannot be ruled out. Arkansas, I have you as well, up to a quarter size hail, 60 to 80 miles per hour wind gusts possible. You have a medium chance of tornadoes, and you see it does develop by late morning near the I-30 US 167 corridor as these storms move east. Now the highest risk for severe weather will be during the afternoon hours, mainly within enhanced and moderate risk areas. That's within this orange and this red. Also for Tennessee, these storms could be long-lived and intense storms. It's coming tomorrow afternoon through midnight and possibly into the early Wednesday morning hours. Also for Alabama, this is why I showed you Birmingham so much with those cells, because there is a threat for that area. So here's your timing, Alabama. From 5 p.m. Tuesday till 2 a.m. is your best chance for tornadoes in this section. From 11 p.m. Tuesday to 5 a.m. Wednesday, your best chances for severe weather in this section. Then from 3 a.m. Wednesday to 9 a.m. Wednesday, this is your threat area right here. So a tornado or two, damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour, and quarter-size hail. Now, of course, there's a lot other cities involved. That's just the main populated cities that they add. So here's your other cities that are at risk. You can see right here in your red, your moderate section. Your orange is your enhanced section. Your yellow being your slight risk, and your green being your marginal. But there is a marginal chance and a slight risk for flash flooding for Tuesday. Then as you go through Wednesday, it will switch to the northeast and portions of the mid-Atlantic, a marginal for flash flooding, while that system comes on the west coast, and now northern California and Oregon has a chance for flash flooding. And you can see how much rainfall is going to add up from National Weather Service. So for the next 3 days, you are getting some rainfall from Mississippi, northern Alabama, northern Georgia. All that pink gets up to 2 inches, slightly less though. 2 inches would be that darkness right there. But look at the west coast. Now you get anywhere from 2 to 4 inches. And when you go 2 days later, look how much heavier the precipitation is on the west coast. Now some of it is showing it will be snowfall. Some of the models are showing this will be a lot of rainfall and good chances for flooding. As that next system comes on board, and you'll see in 7 days, it adds up more rainfall for the Tennessee, Kentucky Valley, up to 3 and 4 inches. It really starts to add up. And this is going to happen again after that. So the next 5 days, Ural is still seeing 4 inches for Seattle, 2 inches for Portland. As you go lower, more for Medford, 10 inches. GFS is still saying that the timing will be right with these temperatures, and it's going to come a little bit overnight and not the daytime highs. Seattle still getting a chance for almost 1.5 feet, while Portland still has a chance for almost 10 inches. But if you go by the icon is a very accurate model. You can see it favors what the Euro is saying. The next 5 days, good chance for 6 inches for Seattle and not much for Portland. All this is going to turn into rainfall. And you can see this on higher resolution rapid refresh while you're getting all this rain. Some of it turns into snow, probably even some thunder snow. But a lot of this is going to be storms as it comes through for y'all. A lot of rainfall coming y'all way. Plus another update for you. Early this morning, the Mauna Loa volcano in Hawaii has erupted. This is the biggest volcano on the planet, guys. And last time it erupted was 38 years ago, almost 4 decades. Now, I have this link in the description so you can go follow the information, as well as a time-lapse video so you can go see what's going on in the last 24 hours with this volcano. That's the best information you can get. As well as this page for you as well, because so far it is red warning. And you can see here the eruption continues at the summit of Mauna Loa. All vents remain restricted to the summit area. However, lava flows in the summit regions are visible from Kona. There is currently no indication of any migration of the eruption into a rift zone, but the volcano alert level and aviation color code for Mauna Loa remains at warning, at red. So they will continue to monitor the situation, of course, and you can click on this page and links in the description, and it will give you the latest updates. Because I tell you, when I look at the sulfur oxide levels, you can see how your wind's going from the south to the north, blowing all that sulfur all the way till Tuesday. But I'm showing that you're going to get a wind direction change, and this is from CAMS. And you see it switches and goes back towards the south all over the whole island. And this is going on for all day for Wednesday. And then maybe Thursday start going a little bit further southern and get off the island. But there is going to be a wind direction change that is going to cause some possible breathing issues. So please be aware of that. And this is going to be a pretty tough situation all around for a lot of people. So thank you so much for watching my channel, watching my video. If this information has helped you, please pass this along. If anything, the information from National Weather Service is so valuable. Help people prepare, because the truth is, no matter how many live streamers we have, how many people out there on social media trying to put videos out to help alert the public, there's still going to be many people out there that has no idea what is going on. So God bless all you and your families. And for those that may be impacted through these storms, I would like to say a prayer for you to keep you in safety. Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen. God bless every single one of you, and all glory does go to Yahweh, our Father in heaven, our God, our only Father, forever and ever. Amen. Hallelujah. Have a great Monday, everybody.